Hey everyone, this is Deepak Patel and hope you're doing well. And I wanted to do this quick video. And this video is specifically for financial advisors that work in, the network marketing slash financial advisor type, companies and businesses like, the WFG, the Primerica and things like that. And I wanted to pass on this quick and important message and videos because if you are an advisor working in companies like that, then you have a slightly different and a unique business model. And I'm speaking with a lot of advisors, and I find this common mistake that these advisors are making. So if you work in that type of an environment or company, then you are really looking into two different things, right? So your business model is built on, number one, you want to get your own client that you can provide financial services like, investment management, insurance, and things like that, right? So you want to get your own clients, which is kind of what most of the other advisors would focus on. So that's number one. But number two, you also have an interest in building and recruiting, team members, because that is how the whole network model works. And obviously long term you have more compensation coming from those people and so on and so forth, and you definitely want to build that as well. So when I speak and with advisors who work in that environment, I hear from a lot of advisors that they are now trying to do both. And what I'm also starting to hear a lot, and this is something in my view is a big mistake, and that's why I wanted to do this video, is what the typical model is. All these companies have events going on in their offices to invite people, and in fact, I've been invited to a lot of events because obviously I've been targeted by a lot of these companies to sell and be part of the team, right? And I've gone through the process multiple times, and here's how the process goes, right? That you have this kind of events in your office, and sometimes the event starts with financial planning, which means for all the people that are attending, you try to sell them, for lack of a better term, financial products and services. And then for some reason, if they don't buy those financial products and services, then you pitch them, or you make an offer for them to become, member of your team. And that is one of the biggest mistake I can tell you probably are making, which means, I understand that you have two different business models and you want to do two different things. But here's the big mistake. The mistake is you're trying to do both on the same person or the same prospect. So when it comes to getting clients and trying to get people in your practice, you're trying to do both on them, and the entire approach of, pitching them both one after the other, in my view, is definitely wrong, and it's not going to work, especially in today's environment, because the person that will become your client, who will buy financial products and services from you, is going to be an entirely different person than the one who would want to join in your team and work with you. And your ability to kind of separate those two in your marketing is going to be extremely important. So if you are in that position, if you're trying to build your practice by recruiting people in your team and also trying to get some clients, have some asset, have some insurance, products that you can sell and make some commissions, then the opportunity that lies for people like you, and I'm sure that this, and that's why you join companies like that versus the classics other companies that you have an opportunity, is you want to make money from commissions, but then you also want some kind of passive income that is generated by your team members. And again, you can be successful in any type of business model that you personally choose or you want, and whatever makes sense to you and your family, and that's fine. But the mistake you want to avoid is never ever go after the same person. So let's say if you're going to John and trying to sell him or him an insurance product or investment, don't ever pitch John and your investment product and also pitch John an opportunity to be part of your team. You cannot do that, because John is only interested in investments and insurance, and sure, there will be some exception cases, and people might join your team. But also, one of the biggest challenge that exists is if you recruit 10 people in your team, 8 of them are really not going to produce anything, right? They're going to be extremely passive. And that's again a big number. 80% of people that get recruited really don't produce anything, which means you're not really making any money, right, by hiring these people. And that happens is because John, who came to buy insurance, was pitched to become a member, and also was pitched all the possibilities and all the benefits of being a member, and all the future dreams that he can create. And of course, John got bought into being part of your team, but he never was really interested in doing it in first place. And that's why 80% people really don't end up producing anything, because they never had desire, they don't have the interest, they're not salespeople, they don't have big goals. So that's why you don't want to pitch John that particular second offer. And the person who want to be in your team, and I think it's so easy to recruit people in your team. So if you are today struggling to get people in your team, then you want to watch this video and make sure that you understand this, because the person that you want in your team is somebody who is interested in getting some extra passive income, and that person has a good job that they're working today, and they're doing very well, because you want people who perform well. So you want the A players in the company, but you also want people who work in a company, have a good job, do well, but are not able to make the kind of income they want in companies. And I know this because I was working for large companies for 17 years in my career. And when you work for big companies, very often the smart and the good performers in the company starts to feel that they're not being taken care of, and they leave. And I left many companies when I was working. I jumped jobs because I got paid and I got respected well, so to speak, by other companies. And that happens a lot. So you want to pick on people like that who are top performers, which means they will do the work, and then obviously they have desire of making more income, and they're not getting that from their own company. And that could be a good ideal candidate for you to recruit, but that person probably doesn't need any insurance or investments. So they're two different people. So again, the mistake you want to avoid is do not pitch both to same person. And in your marketing strategy, try to go after two different group of people, because they are fundamentally different people, and you will do well. You will get a lot more client. You will make progress on both sides. And if you need help with this kind of stuff to get more clients, but then also recruit more people using newer strategies, using social media channels like LinkedIn and Facebook, just send me a note or reach out to me, because I believe that the approach and method that we've been using are working really well for advisors. And for someone like this who can do both, I'm very positive that you really can recruit a bunch of people. Because think about it, it's not very hard to make a pitch to somebody saying, what, I can help you make more money, come work for me. It's a pretty easy proposition for people, especially when the cost of entry is almost nothing. You shouldn't really be struggling to get people in your team. In my view, I think it's much harder to get clients and sell them investment products and insurance than recruit people. But anyway, I thought I'll do this video because today I had calls with people. Two of the people who are who I had chat with to see if they would be a fit for my program had this situation, and I thought there might be other people out there. So I hope you found this video useful. And if you have any question, again, send me a message, and take it easy. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you found it valuable.